Hey Shea fam, it's Shea here. I'm going to show you a DIY video of how to use our cold whip shea butter to make a body cream or body butter, however you want to call it. So this is our 10-ounce cold whip shea butter, and this is the white shea butter. A lot of times I show the yellow because I guess, honestly, the yellow is my favorite. I feel like it does work a little bit better, but the white has benefits too, and it's awesome, and it's really creamy. It's not you're not going to feel as much of the herbs in it as you do with the yellow shea butter, so it's really good to make a DIY body butter. But I wanted to show the video so that you can see yourselves how easy it is to make the body butter with our cold whip shea butter, because it's not as hard as raw shea butter when it comes in its natural form. But also we don't melt it. We don't melt it before you get it, and then by using the cold whip shea butter you don't have to melt it afterwards. I know a lot of people use the double boiler method, which is fine, but I remember when I saw the double boiler method, because I wanted to start making my own products, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. It was like, it just seemed like a lot of work, and which is why our products are really good. So that way you don't have to put in work either way, whether with the double boiler method or with hand whipping it yourself. We take care of those steps for you. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So I already have my cold whip shea butter right here, and then I'm just gonna use a mason jar. And you can get these anywhere. The Dollar Tree usually has some size mason jars. I don't remember where in the world I got this jar from. I think I got it from Walmart actually, but I know it wasn't any more than $2. And I'm gonna start by just getting some of the cold whip shea butter. You see, it's really easy to come out. Oop, just jumped out there. Just jumped right into the jar for me, see? So I'm just gonna take probably just a couple scoops. I don't want to fill up the whole jar. This is probably just going to be more of a night cream for me, because I already have something that I use during the day that I really like. I use my hand and face cream pretty much all throughout the day, and then I'll use a lot of the therapeutic butters for other things. Honestly, what I use for my whole body most of the time is just scraps from when I'm like playing around trying to make different shea mixes. That's usually what I use for my whole body. So but I want something that'll be good at night. So I have my shea butter in the jar, and I'll go ahead and close this up. And I don't usually like to put too much oil inside of my shea butter mixes. I don't like when they feel, kind of greasy or oily. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this sweet almond oil, and I got this at Whole Foods. Sweet almond oil is really good for body butters because, similar to grapeseed oil, which is what we use, it's not going to clog your pores. The sweet almond oil. And if you can tell, like, I really didn't put that much in there. Like I said, I don't really like to put a lot of oils in there. And then, of course, my favorite part is the essential oils. I love essential oils. I'm all about health. I have endometriosis, as I've said before, and that's really kind of how I got into all of this. I realized that I needed to find something that was natural, something that didn't have chemicals, and I started off with coconut oil. I was okay with coconut oil, but then what's it called? The people that work with skin. What people that do the facials, I don't know. My brain fog with my endometriosis is hitting me right now. But anyway, not dermatologist, but anyways, she told me that you should never use coconut oil on your skin because it actually just kind of makes a layer that sits on top of your skin and doesn't allow moisture to come in and keep your skin moisturized. So even though, yeah, it looks moisturized on the surface, but then once that coconut oil is off, like rubs off on your sheets at night or something like that, it really dry. And I was kind of like, at first, because I really loved my coconut oil, but I went ahead and listened to her. And I realized after using shea butter, yeah, it's true. Like, even though I was loving the coconut oil, the shea butter was 10 times better. I would wake up in the morning and my skin wasn't dry at all, whereas with the coconut oil it was a little bit dry. So I'm kind of getting off track, sorry y'all, but anyways, back to the essential oils. So then I started mixing with essential oils and realizing not only is it good for my skin and not harming me with any harsh chemicals, but there actually adds additional benefits, which I need as many as I can, because with endometriosis my body doesn't absorb all nutrients from food, and so I'm always deficient in something, especially calcium, D3, what else am I usually, omega-3. I'm usually deficient in protein. I just don't absorb as much as I need to from food. So by means of doing the essential oils, I'm actually getting other types of vitamins and other healing properties to my skin. So I love essential oils. Make sure I always put them in my skincare products. This is lavender. This is like one of probably the most popular essential oils that exist, and this is from Plant Therapy. A friend of mine hooked me on to Plant Therapy. There's so many different essential oil companies out there. Of course, doTERRA, you know, you hear a lot about that, and Young Living, they're kind of like the ones that are considered at the top, but they're also ones that people can get involved in selling, so that's part of the reason why they're so expensive. But Plant Therapy is a good essential oil that doesn't cost quite as much, so I really like them. It smells really good. I mean, the smell is awesome, and a lot of times I'll put this in my diffuser. So I'm not going to measure, I'm just going to put a decent amount. It's about 12 drops per ounce that you want to put. I think this is probably around 4 ounces, but I'm not really too concerned. My body handles essential oils really well, so I'll put a little bit more in my products a lot of times, just because I love the way I feel. It actually lifts my mood many times. So I start with the lavender. Like I said, this is probably gonna be something to help me to go to sleep. So this is gonna be something I use at night, obviously, and lavender is really good for that. It's really calming and help you sleep. I think I'll put a little bit of lemon. This is, if I'm not mistaken, steam distilled lemon. The thing with citrus essential oils, you really want to be careful with them when you're using them in the daylight, because they can actually be phototoxic and react with the sunlight and cause the opposite effect of what you want with a skincare product, and cause skin irritation and sometimes even cause dark spots on your skin. So I'm not gonna put too much, but like I said, this is for something at night, so I'm not too worried about it. And oh man, I wish y'all could smell through this video because it smells amazing. I'm just gonna put a little bit less than I put of the lavender, and it's really strong of a scent, so I don't need to put that much anyways. Now, a citrus actually gives you a little bit more energy, so I know it's kind of like opposite of what I want at night, but it could lift my mood, and then the lavender can keep me calm. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And then I also have some tangerine. Tangerine's not a phototoxic citrus essential oil. It's one of the few that's not. So I can put a few drops of this in here. It's gonna have tangerine. It smells really good when it's mixed in. It smells better when it's mixed in than it does by itself. So I'm going for like a calming citrus smell, something to have at night. So I'm just gonna take my spoon. I have everything in here already. Show you what it looks like. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start mixing. Move my plate here. So like I said, the good thing about the cold whipped shea butter is there's no melting involved. Like, this would take a very long time doing the double boiler method. You have to get everything prepared for the double boiler method, and then you would put in the refrigerator after mixing everything together. Then you would take it out, and then you could either just leave it like that and it's hard, it's not going to be soft and creamy like this will be, or you can take it out and then blend it with a hand mixer, and it'll be creamy for a little while until it cools down again, and then it'll stay somewhat creamy. It won't be quite as hard as if you don't mix it, or as a raw shea butter in its pure form, but it's still not going to be as creamy as this is going to be, and it'll become a little bit grainy, but this one stays smooth. You don't have to worry about it getting hard. It's literally gonna stay like this. Okay, now it's pretty much done, but I like to make sure it's nice and whipped, like what my grandma used to do making cornbread. So I'm gonna scoot over to the side real quick and get a fast whip. Okay, and that's about it. Look at it, it's been about 11 minutes since I started the video, but I've been doing a lot of talking and explaining. So this body butter literally takes less than 10 minutes to do. Super easy, and it's better for you because it's never been heated, never been melted. So you have all the nutrients, kind of similar to steamed vegetables versus raw vegetables. You're still going to get some nutrients with the steamed vegetables, so it's not like they're bad. So I'm not saying that it's bad to melt your shea butter, but you're going to get all of your everything from the cold whip shea butter, as opposed to losing some of those properties when you melt it. So here it is. It's all done, nice and whipped up. Kind of a lot, put like that for that, and just rub it. You see what it smells like. I love it. I mean, it smells so good. I really get a lot of the lavender because I put a lot of lavender in there. I don't smell much of the citrus, actually. I'm kind of surprised. I thought I smelled more of the citrus. The lavender kind of overpowered it, which is fine because, like I said, it's for me to go to sleep at night. So it's actually probably a good thing that the lavender is so strong. But yeah, so there's your DIY cold whip shea butter body cream, something that you can do quickly, easily, without having to wait a few hours putting it inside of the refrigerator, or without having that grainy texture afterwards. Like I said, it's literally going to stay like this. So I'm going to close it up. You don't need to refrigerate it, just put it by your bed. Normally I put my products in a dark amber glass jar because that saves the essential oils. But since I'm just using this for myself, I can just put it next to my bed inside of a dark area. It won't be quite as good as a dark amber glass jar, but it'll be good enough. So anyways, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can reach me at allthingsshea@gmail.com, or you can also reach out to me on Instagram and DM me at allthingsshea LLC. And as always, you can order any of our products, our cold whip shea. Once again, this is our 10-ounce jar. We're doing free shipping right now, and that website is www.allthingsshea, allthingsshea.org, not .com, allthingsshea.org. And we hope to hear from you, and everybody get your shea on.